I am Carmen Eckerd. I don't work at Pixel Space. Let's see, serial numbers. I don't have one of those, but I particularly like Banana Nut Crunch. It's pretty good. Good stuff.
So what's your favorite cereal?
That's it. Banana Nut Crunch is really good, but you have to have organic milk or it tastes really bad. So I feel kind of awkward right now with nothing to talk about.
Do we have lunch?
To look about right where you are.
Okay.
Is that-
She good there?
If I look at here,
Nice to have it more
more here. Okay.
There we go.
up just a hair and off to the corner just a hair.
Okay,
Did that?
well, that's good. Well, you
That's
have-
gonna hurt you.
You have a nice little project going here called Start Something Here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, how you got started, and what your goal is here?
Start Something Here is a website that the city of Hickory and Newton and Conover and Maiden, a lot of different groups, put in money so that we could really promote the area. So we have a large website that's purpose is to encourage people to move here, and we just try to highlight all the wonderful things about this area. We found a lot of wonderful things about this area once we started digging around. A lot of things I didn't know, and so it's really kind of exciting to do this and to look, to find out the new things. I'm always getting to go and do all sorts of things and talk to people that I didn't know existed, and I don't know, there's a lot of accolades that our town has won. We're a 3-time All-America City winner. We're rated by Reader's Digest the number 4, I think, place to raise a family. We have the second lowest cost of business in the whole country. That's a good thing to get people to move in here. Plus just lots to do. We have a really thriving arts community, which most towns our size do not have. So I get to go and find out about those things.
Now, it's not just Hickory, too. It's also that you've got over 300,000 people in the surrounding areas as well.
It is. Our website covers the whole county. We talk about Lenoir some too. So Newton, Conover, Maiden, Catawba, Lenoir, Morganton a little bit. Our entire MSA we try to talk about. There's a lot of people that live here. And they all seem to be pretty happy. And happiness surveys, I know that's a weird thing to talk about, but happiness surveys show that people really are a lot happier here than they used to be. We've got a lot of jobs moving back, so that's really good too. And people come from a long way around to come here to shop, to see plays, to see museums. We're kind of a cultural center, and I didn't really realize that.
What would you say would be the biggest misconception that outsiders might have of the area?
That we are a town full of rednecks. We are not a town full of rednecks. There might be a few here and there, but it's the South, so you'll run into that anywhere. But there are a lot of people here that aren't like that at all. And also that we only do furniture. We do a lot of furniture. We make a lot of furniture. We sell a lot of furniture. But that's not all we do. We actually have growing segments in internet. Data centers are really getting a lot larger. There's a lot of those. We have Google that came here, and Apple that came here, billions of dollars that they're investing because we've got great infrastructure here, not just furniture.
Are you aware of any particular group of people that, from like a particular area that you've met a lot of? Like, I mean, a bunch of us are from California. Have you met people from New Jersey or, different areas that maybe outside the state?
Not really. I had lunch with some Californians today. But there seem to be a lot of people here that aren't from here, but they seem to come from all over. And a lot of the people that I've talked to that have moved here for Google or for Apple. So they're, I don't know, a lot of them are from Ohio. There's a lot of Californians here. Now that you say that, actually. A lot of the Apple folks are from California.
It's not,
I don't know.
not surprising.
Yeah.
Anything you can say about the people of Hickory that might set them apart from other communities you might have lived in?
I have lived in lots of towns. I've lived in 8 different towns, and I've never felt so at home in a town, which is interesting because this was not my home at all. But after living here for 7 years, I cannot walk down the street without seeing someone I know, and everyone is really, really friendly. Everyone talks to you and waves to you. I went to the farmer's market today with my dog and talked to probably 40 people, and I don't know anywhere else where I could go and have that many people just start up a conversation. It's usually just me in most towns that talks to people, but everyone seems really at home and like they want to be friends with everyone else, which is nice. I like it. If you're a really private person, I wouldn't come here. People will want to talk to you.
Yeah, we noticed that too. When people would wave to us, it's like, what's wrong with that? So,
You might want to get that very first question again, because we had a
question.
the very first question you asked.
I didn't do a good job answering it, so I'll try to do
You can
better.
give it another shot here. So, tell us a little bit about your project here with Start Something Here, and what you're trying to do and what it can do for the community.
I work on a website called startsomethinghere.com, and that website's purpose is to encourage people that aren't from here to see what's wonderful about this area. When we first started out, we noticed that you couldn't do a Google search and find cohesive information about the area. You would find information about maybe the taxes, and you might find information about what current news is happening, but there was nowhere where you could go and get an idea of how it all worked together. We have lots of communities that work together, and lots of really pretty places and things to do that are fun, but we didn't present that to the world in any fashion. So our goal is to give it a package. This is us, this is what we do. We are wonderful and fabulous, and you should move here. So that's my job, is to highlight all the wonderful and fabulous things in this area. And there are lots of fabulous things.
Like specifically, what kind of information would they find on there that would be useful to someone?
There are 3 sections of the website. So I'll start off with the live section of the site, where you would find information on what stores we have, what parks we have, where they are, what are different artsy things you could do. Where could you go see a play? Where could you go to a museum? Where could you put your kids in some classes so that they could learn about that stuff? What hospital should you go to? What church should you go to? We've got a page that lists a lot of different churches around here. We list daycare information. There's history about the area. And also kind of what do we want to do in our future. There's a page about that, about where the town is moving. In the work section, there's figures, a lot of statistics about what our workforce is really doing here, what kind of jobs we have available, what kind of workforce. We have the unfortunate issue of having a few more people wanting jobs than we have work. That's great, though, if you're starting a business, because we have the second lowest cost of business in the whole country. That's for hiring people, for rent, for taxes. It all adds together to be the second lowest, which is pretty impressive. We have a lot of manufacturing around here, and there's a lot of facts about all of those things. You'll also find resources if you were starting a business. It links out to lots of the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Corporation. So we link to the information that you would need if you were starting a business. We also have a spotlight section, which is my favorite, on the work section, and that's where we take businesses, people who have started something here, and we highlight them. We take lovely pictures of them and talk to them about why they chose this area, and we talk about what they do, and that seems to be a big hit. People like those articles a lot. And we have people calling and saying, how can I get an article about me? Which is good. We like that. The last section is Learn, and it just talks about the schools we have here. We have a university, we have several community colleges, we have 3 school systems, a bunch of private schools, and then a bunch of arts education places where you can teach your kids about art or drama or music. So we link to all those places, tell you about the libraries, things like that.
Specifically, why should somebody bring a business in?
But depends on what sort of business you're doing. That answer would vary, but I would say most businesses should come here. We have a growing population, so that's going to be a large group of people that need things if you're starting a restaurant or a store. We definitely have clientele for your stores and for your restaurants. If you're starting a manufacturing business, there are many, many people hungry for jobs. We have great manufacturing infrastructure set up. There are moving places like trucking companies and train companies around here that really help move your product out. We also have a manufacturing solutions center, which is really kind of interesting. And their job is just to help any manufacturer do anything that they need to do. And they're a great resource. They help test, they help figure out, like say you want to make an eraser. Well, they help you figure out how to make the eraser, where you're going to make it, who's going to make it for you, how are you going to ship it out. And they use resources in this area to do that. So that's pretty handy. Our arts is really a growing field. So if you wanted to start some sort of artistic business, here in this building we have a photography studio, a graphic design studio, a marketing business, and they're all thriving because there's a need for it. Lots of people like that stuff. Lots of new businesses, and new businesses need support from other businesses.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I was thinking maybe when we come, as opposed to saying there's a lot of people hungry for work, maybe say something about
Okay.
that.
Ask me that question again.
So, as far as a business relocating it here, how's the workforce?
We have a large available workforce. And in fact, the colleges around here work together with the workforce to train people. So when a new company comes in, like Fiserv, the colleges around here make specific training sessions and work with the workforce, with those people who want the jobs, and they train them. And that's really nice. You don't get that a lot of places. But we do have a lot of people who want jobs and are experienced in manufacturing. Is that better a little bit?
That's great. That's great. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything they want to see redone?
Yeah. One question. Just, you can address it to him. Just so it's consistent. Is it mainly passive site, or do you actually go out and solicit to businesses to come?
The site that we're working on. That's interesting. Well, we're in.
So I think the question is do you do anything active as far as contacting businesses, and if so, what would you do? What do you do to try to get businesses to come here?
Or have you just thrown the site out there so there is a place where all that information is together?
That's more what we've done. We contact businesses around here, but we do not.
You don't
Go
go out
and
of the area to solicit business.
No, and that's kind of a second stage thing. I think that we're really brainstorming a lot of ways to get word out that we are fabulous, but what we're trying to do now is just be that source of information for people who are already looking for information. We're not trying to say, we exist. We're trying to say, well, now that we have your interest, let us tell you a little more about ourselves. We would like to be the source, but not necessarily the thing that lights them on fire and makes them want to come here. We've heard a lot of times people saying, well, I got a job offer in Hickory, and I tried to figure out about that place, but there's just nothing online. I couldn't figure out anything. And then once I got here, I couldn't even figure out what I should do for fun. So we try to fill that gap, not necessarily go out and solicit new businesses. I don't know.
One other thing. Can you give us your website address?
Yes. Should we wait just a second? It sounded like they just got loud. You ready? Okay. Our website is www.startsomethinghere.com. I'm going to do it one more time in case that looks stupid. Our website is www.startsomethinghere.com.